Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 1800, The Road to Rome. Now in the last episode we focused on our engineers, setting up all the industry necessary to meet all of their demands. That's right, we actually met every single demand in their need category, but we'll work on the luxury ones in just a bit. We've also built our first docklands, our hacienda, and our steam shipyard is nearing completion. Today we're going to be focused on getting that up and running, sending out our first cargo ships and our oil tankers, so we can deliver oil across the ocean. And also then meet the luxury needs of our engineers for the most part, because I've actually added 3 new mods to the game. One of them is called Downtown, which we'll talk about kind of in the future, but it allows us to kind of place buildings in our town that look a bit more natural. We'll talk about it later. Ship capacity has been recommended a few times, and Geary in my Discord mentioned it and said that we'd be able to deliver more. And I always thought adding more ship capacity would be strange. So let's just take a quick look. We've got a clipper right here. We can now take on board 75 in a regular slot. Normally it would be 50. And I believe if we take on a cargo ship, it'll be 100. So double the ship capacity for cargo ships anyway. I think that's the case. Now, initially I was kind of pushing back against that idea, thinking like, doesn't that just make the game a lot more easy? You know, you kind of have to... Why would you want to do that? But he brought up the fact that, well, you've added in a lot more chains that you have to worry about now, right? We have to think about smoked fish and sandwiches and all these other things that people need. So it's only fair to increase the ship capacity. And I was kind of like, well, from that perspective, it actually kind of makes sense. I guess we're throwing ourselves into the deep end with difficulty here. This kind of then matches that. Otherwise, well, anyway, that's the logic. And I think that's fairly sound. However, what it doesn't do is speed up or slow down the loading speed. The loading speed stays the same. So it really is just cutting down on the amount of ships that you need to make, but it doesn't really free up piers any faster than it would, because you're still limited by the time it takes to load and unload. Because going from 50 to 100, it doesn't matter, right? It's per ton that you load. So that's kind of, we'll feel it out, see how that goes. Now the final one is subway network. So if we check the happiness category here, we can see that we also now need to fulfill the subway chain. Haven't actually looked at this at all. Don't even think we can yet. I think it's, you know, later on. So for the one thing that's a bit off with this with the engineers is that it requires 7,000 of them, whereas this requires 3,500. But it's really more to do with the investors, I think, ultimately. The unlock condition is really based on investors, and then once we get it, we'll be able to give it to the engineers later, and we'll no doubt have that many engineers eventually. So it's not something we're going to worry about just yet. I just was browsing mods when getting that ship capacity mod, and I thought it seemed like a really cool one, so we'll try it out. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's continue. So basically right now, we're waiting on more bricks to come in to build our steam shipyard and then send stuff over to the New World. I want to get making liqueur, right? So ultimately the goal today is to start fulfilling these things. So liqueur, pocket watches, penny farthings, it's all going to come from the New World. So we can start getting stuff up and running. If you have a look at penny farthings, I think it's caoutchouc, right? Yeah, so some of the steel that we have, which I believe we are overproducing steel. I guess we should just check that really quickly. But yeah, 27 over 24. Wow, just jumped up massively there. But yeah, we do have a little bit extra. I think we've got room for more. We do have an excess of coal and iron, so I wouldn't worry about that. So once that's up and running then, yeah, we'll build a bicycle factory. We just need caoutchouc then to go into it, so we'll just head on over. Now, we got an item in the New World not that long ago that gave us hybrid caoutchouc saplings. So we have the fertility plus 25% productivity. However, our hacienda is able to just do it anyway. So we'll just build in hacienda farms, I guess. I suppose we should try work out exactly what we'll need. Although I guess I don't know how many... just trying to work it back in my head, like how many of these are we going to need? Not too sure. If we just put down one, we could probably generally work out what the demand rate is. It'd be good just to give it power, just even for a second. Everything is so crammed in here, actually. Oh my god. This is why we need more power plants, and also to move these bigger ones further out, or maybe to other islands that could do that instead. But yeah, just even here would be fine. I can work out the rates based on that. Does it produce even without electricity? Oh, it requires it. Okay. Alright, so electricity's there. Just temporarily. We'll just stick it somewhere in here and then move it in a sec. Just need to just test the rates. Alright, so that's working anyway. So that'll be 4 per minute. We're consuming 2. Okay, and we've got 3,500 engineers right now. So if we were to double up to 7, which is kind of what we want to get to, Sorry, we don't have 3,500 right now. We're close to it, though, I think. Yeah, we're 3. Okay. So we could say 3,000 are consuming 2. So we'll say 9,000 consuming 6. So 3 of these buildings, I think, would probably be... No, even just 2 of them would be enough. Wow, okay. That seems low. I feel like we might need more. The artisans don't need them, do they?
Bleary-eyed with bliss.
What about the increased version? They require electricity and tea and bombins. Their happiness requires the library and the music school. Alright, we'll put them back down. Okay, just checking on that. I think the investors might require them too, but for now we'll just set it to 2 buildings. That's what we'll consider. I'll delete these, we'll reorder this place soon enough. Gotta move some of these. These things are taking up too much space, right? We've gotta move them out of here. They don't need to be electrified, they're just way better if they are, but we've got space elsewhere to just use them, and lots of other islands that we can, or to be honest, we can bring it in through Docklands now, thinking about it, and it's happening in 1 minute. Maybe we should think about doing that. We also need to get rid of something we have in excess just to hit our targets. We're selling more of the salt, that will put us over the threshold for what we want. But maybe we could sell something else. Not really seeing anything I'd want to get rid of, to be honest. Although I suppose, like, something I'd want to get rid of regularly. Maybe the suits? That probably goes for a decent amount. And then we can start putting them into these categories, you know? Yeah, I guess just bring in the soap, so then we can at least sell that soap. So 1 to 8. Wow. Okay. Now we're talking. Well, we can't even nearly hold that much stuff. How much capacity do we have on this island? 600 right now. Well, if we list this at 600, that'd be that. It's not even good. Well, I mean, sure, we have soap by now. So we can't even fill it up completely. But we could add a couple depots if we have the resources. But I wanted to save on bricks. I guess we'll just have to buy some bricks. Alright, let's get 2 of these. Now we can hold up to 800. So I'll try to take in 800. I doubt it'll be able to do it. But that's really good to know. Yeah, suits. Maybe we'll mainline suits. Or focus on it, I should say. It's probably a better term. Some of these modded things that have a slightly higher value, probably. Although I'm sure fur coats probably do well, too. Okay, Captain Tobias is arriving. That should happen momentarily. Let's head on over to the New World. We'll let the bricks build up actually in the background, but also send a ship over to buy some. So that was our trade prices, -10. This thing is still on cooldown. It's a bit of a shame that we used it on this ship, but I suppose even just using a frigate will be fine for now. The slowest frigate in the world. Okay.
Stations.
Throw you over to her. You're in the position. Alright, we can head up now and maybe buy stuff from Archie.
Anyone for croquet?
Alright, great. Leave that in the background then. Let's send it over to the New World. So we're going to focus on the Hacienda Farms. Just like we have here, we've got 4. They're just doing coffee. We'll copy 1. We'll make them do cowchuck. Because you don't have it on this island. I suppose we probably need its own warehouse, right? So let's just give it a warehouse somewhere here. Our radius is fairly big on this thing, actually, which is nice. Oh yeah, the storerooms. I forgot you can increase storage that way. Plus 50 tons. And the fertilizer works. Man, it's all coming back. Okay. Oh, we don't want a brewery. Although that's good to know as well. Rum, beer, atoll, schnapps. Rum. Interesting. Okay. Hacienda Farm it is. Let's go with... So we have to look at those rates. Can't check them here, which is actually quite interesting. I never really considered that. But it's 30 seconds and 1 minute. 15 seconds. So we need 4 of these for 1 of these. We said we're going to build at least 2. So we need 8 of those. Alright. If they take 1 minute, anyway. Cow check.
Played all the rancheras I know.
Now, with... I suppose we could just go with 4 and get ready for the tractor barns that are going to go down. Now, if we put in the blueprint for a tractor barn, I think it'll sort of show me.
But if that's what it takes...
So that's 96 out of 64. Yeah, so that would work, right? I think. Alright, so we'll just copy 4 of those then. Hopefully we can then... That'll all work out with our penny farthing consumption. Now, that one's going to be a little short. 92. Was it 96 that we needed? I think so. Alright, cool. Just make sure these are all good. 96 out of 64, they're all good. They're going to... I mean, we could also do the old, you know, fertilizer thing, but We don't really have dung over here right now. It's just a little bit of added complication. So just for now, I think the tractors will be totally fine. We do have oil on this island, actually, thinking about it. So we could just make the fuel... Oh, can we make fuel in the New World? I can't remember any of this stuff. Yeah, we must be able to, right? Yeah. Of course. Alright, cool. Sure, we just looked at it in the last episode. Right, 75 obreros. 40 steel beams is what we need. And we could just build it even somewhere like there and it'll reach really far. Do you need to... I guess we could turn sideways and just branch off and go into it. Yeah, that'd probably work fine. Just trying to think about where... I guess somewhere here, and that would reach probably quite far, especially when we pave it. So let's do that. This would be the steel that goes into there. Alright, cool. So to do this, we just need 40 steel beams, so we'll have to send over some more material. We don't have it here. $75, look at that. 150, let's take it. What else could we bring? Maybe some windows? And... don't really... oh yeah. We're gonna need steam motors. I just need to count how many we need for the actual steam shipyard. Don't need any for the steam shipyard, but you do need them for building ships. But I guess we'll just wait. It'll be fine.
Ready for a challenge.
Alright, let's go with that then. To the New World. Tarko. That's going to take so long to get there. It's so slow. Holy crap. Well, I guess we just have to wait.
New orders, Admiral.
Let's see what we can build or buy. So 150, we can do that now on 2 slots, which is nice. And then a little extra bricks. Alright, cool. Let's bring that back home. I'm sorry, I have Discord running in the background. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to have to just quickly tab out and turn that off. Hoping my recording doesn't stop. Alright, I've gotten rid of it. Hopefully we're still good. I'm going to make a note of the timestamp of that, just so it's easier for me to find that in the edit. Alright. Okay, cool. Right, so... things are moving. We now have Caoutchouc in the New World. We need to set up a route between the New World and the Old World, sending that stuff back. We do have a ship waiting here to do this kind of thing. So we can just get the ball rolling on that and get the factories up and running and start organizing the factory back home. So create new route, trade route. Gonna go from Tarako to Nova Roma. And just pure Caoutchouc, please. Now, this new ship capacity mod, great and everything, but I haven't adjusted the capacities for the other ships, although I do believe they've been set to pick up 100. I don't think I ever clicked into one and said, no, just 50. So hopefully they're actually the ships that are already in transit are now picking up more than they were before. That actually means they're going to be slower than they were on these routes. It shouldn't be too big of an effect, but we might notice something. Alright. Pure Caoutchouc, let's go. It might affect things with that one ship I set in the last episode to, like, wait for pickup, because now we're waiting longer to pick things up, so... bit of a knock-on effect there, to some extent. Not too crazy, though. Alright, so we're building up Caoutchouc. The ships can come by and do their thing. This one's just going to deliver 8, which seems like a total waste of time. So I'll manually wait for this one to kind of load up. And then we'll set it on its way, once we've maybe gathered just a little bit more. Now, as for steel in the New World, is it possible to buy some over here?
On everything, as usual.
No, we just checked it in the last episode too. Aluminum profiles. Okay, so another thing we'll need is liqueur. So let's go back to the Old World, have a look at the liqueur recipe. What is this, by the way? Ah, this is our downtown stuff we talked about. So now we can have a fire station. This is really cool, actually. So it's a fire station that is a 3x3. Basically, downtown is a mod that adds in buildings that are 3x3 that fit in, hopefully, to some extent, a little bit better with the engineers and the investors. And also now, I suppose, the terraced artisans might look a little bit good when placed in with them. So even the... oh, wow, a bank? That seems a little OP, actually, because the bank has such a massive footprint. I don't know if I'll use that. Seems a little too easy. But maybe the range is reduced or something. Not massively. But it does seem to be reduced. So this bank here reaches all the way technically to there, but we only care about, like, the full range, right? So it's here. So I don't know how many tiles that is, but if we were to just kind of look at it from another perspective, we could go here, and the full range is ending there. So it's really just this amount, 55 coins worth of range, whereas this one is 38 plus something like that, 70. So yeah, it's definitely more range. Okay, just making sure. So that's kind of interesting then. If there's a trade-off, I don't mind it too much. It just means you need more of them. The maintenance is 750 actually. Okay, so it's less maintenance. You even have a little pub. Oh, that's so cute. That's pretty cool, actually. We could put the pubs down. That would be really nice, actually, in this little down, our worker area. As we start to make these all increased terraced workers, we can do that. And we have a little market as well. That's actually really sick. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, we'll definitely use these. Shout out to the modder on this one. It's really cool. Post office. Taller post office building. Hospital. As long as it's, you know, somewhat balanced, I think that's totally fine. You know, less range, so you need more of them. Decent maintenance costs and upkeep and all that. That's good by me. A tiny hotel. Love it. Right, cool. I didn't actually check any of that stuff. I just toggled on the mod. I thought it was mostly... I mean, I guess it's engineers. I thought it was mostly just for the investors, and I thought there was only... I didn't know about these services. I thought it was things like the members club and... the drugstores and things, that kind of stuff, you know, the drugstores that are needed. I thought they kind of fit in with the engineers now, so you don't have to... But anyway, we'll get into all that in the future. It's cool to experiment and see it, though. Okay, so we know that we're going to need another power plant somewhere around here, probably, to power more of this area as a factory, just generally. And these guys don't need power, right? They're good.
Every care.
Yeah, we're not going to power any of them. So let's just move these guys out of here. Same with these as well. They're all clustered around this area for no real reason. They're making sausages. They could be electrified and make twice as much, actually. And then the regular farms, they're just doing their thing. Pig farm. That was some supplemental pigs, because I think we didn't have enough to sustain these ones or something, with all the corn and everything that they would need. But they do provide a lot of dung. We could just try it. See how it goes. Oh, I think it was wheat as well that we were struggling with. I'd say just double it up. I'll just say that without really planning it and see what happens. Guess there is okay. So what just happened? Something deleted. It didn't place that second silo. Not sure why. Must have overwritten it by accident. No, we'll probably just put this here then. One can be more for the wool, one for this. I don't know if they'll dynamically choose which one they need to go to, but hopefully. Alright, with that, so this is extreme, right? It does far more than a regular pig farm. So it's every 15 seconds, whereas a regular one is every minute. So it's 4 times as powerful, but it requires the feed. Then we're also giving it the silo, which is boosting it even further to at least double. Yeah. And it's per cycle, right? So, sorry, just let me math this out. So stupid. It's every cycle, you get another one. So if it's already 4 times, it's 8 times as good. So if it's 8 times as good, and we only have 2 of these. Oh yeah, we can obviously get rid of them. But we could... Ah, and this one as well. Yep, get rid of it. So that's fine. They can definitely go. And this built all the correct pigsties, and it's got nothing to do with slaughtering. Okay. We could put these down here so they just go straight in. Or just put them up where there's electricity so it's boosted twice. I guess it matters how much I care about losing 50 workers. And, you know, overloading warehouses. I'm happy with the workers. If we really need to optimize, we can lower them down. Put one there. And one here. Okay, hopefully they'll take care of themselves, and this is just cleaning up our electricity area just a little bit beyond what it was. So lumberjack camp, we've got 3 of them on the island, but I think we're just to use docklands now in future to bring in wood. So we just unlocked more stuff. That's what he's just told us. So we can bring in clay now. So instead of bringing in grain, I'd rather bring in clay. And soap, while it's great and everything, I'd rather bring in just timber. And you could probably bring in an extreme amount for that, so that's good. Now, we'll have a look at timber, or sorry, suits, and see how much we have. We're making 8/7, only barely have a little bit left over. We also then have to look, well, it's every 20 minutes that he comes by, roughly speaking. So it's just 1 times 20. So 20 is what we have left over. I think that math is right. So if we just say 20, that's still 492 every 20 minutes. Hopefully that's enough timber to lose these things. I guess we could do the math on how much we're currently producing. So raw materials. We're making 35. Apparently we're consuming more than that already. So 35 times 20 would be 700. So that's really what we... well, to be honest, we need to bring in what we're consuming, not what we're making. 47 times 20 would be 940. So ideally we're bringing 940.
It's a surprise inspection.
Let's try timber here. I don't know how much we can actually sell of this. I suppose we can look that up. Unfortunately, you have to do this with this sort of thing. There's no way it just tells you easily. Salt is 16, so we're making 12 per minute. So again, that's 12 times 20. So we can afford to get rid of 240. And keep it stable. So that's 299. So that's like 800 basically. So that's more than we needed, right? I said something like 700 a minute ago. So that should be enough timber to just come in through Docklands. Now, the other thing is, can we even hold that much? Yeah, we can hold 800. So we'd need, again, another one of these. Somewhere out here. We'll clean all this up in the future, I promise. And hopefully not too long in the future either. Okay, so having gotten rid of all that... Oh, that's the advanced sawmill. Yeah. This is the thing that's probably taking all the logs that we don't really need to that extreme. It's just making timber for us. So I'll put this down somewhere here just for now as well. So it's no longer electrified. Can it work? I think so, right? It'll just go back down to 100. And hopefully that'll lessen the pressure on logs anyway. Yeah, it's 41. It was 47. Okay. And how many people are here? 15. That's not too bad. Alright, cool. Okay, so... and what is this? A little schnapps distillery just tucked in there. This is doing schnapps as well. Is that really necessary? It must be if I added that little extra one. Just pause it for a second and see. 32/30. We can get rid of it.
When do we start again?
The finishing.
I just want to reorganize this place a little bit better. It's going to be kind of difficult to do it on camera instead of time-lapsing it. So we have our steam motor assembly line. Brass and steel. So somewhere like here is good because it's next to the brass. So hopefully they can just feed straight in, cutting down on warehouse time. This is a charcoal kiln. I don't think we actually need it, but it's not harming anything by being there. Okay. So, to look over things, we've got our sand, we have our glass, windows, warehouse, suits, linen that goes into the suits, our 2 sewing machines. These ones are really awkwardly placed. I'd kind of like to improve that, so probably want to move this closer over towards where the glass is coming in. Let's move this out of the way for a second. So these two are now together at least, and there's an empty gap now for other things to go here. They require steel and timber. Whoa, super fast. So that has to come out of a warehouse, ultimately. What about this? This is flutes. We do also have this one. Could probably go down there, make more saxophones out of brass. The brass is nearby, although double the strength is probably going to be a bit rough to handle. Could probably put it here, actually. 20,000. Let's just check our brass. I'm sure it's been way overconsumed now. Yeah. That just requires us getting more ore to come in if we want to up the amount of brass, because it is tempting to do that. But for now, we could just underclock the saxophones. Is it not artisans that make it? I'm not seeing it here. Might be because it's a modded building, we can't do that for some reason. Damn, yeah. Looks like we can't do that. Unless I'm just missing it, but I'm not seeing it in this list. We can't oh, you can scroll this list. There's no scroll bar, but you can scroll it. How interesting.
When I think of their dreary struggles.
There's no scroll here, though.
Fortunate I am.
So salt and tea docks we could affect. Yeah, weird. Not seeing it. Okay, saxophones. Unfortunately, then, we'll just have to move this out of the place. And then what was the other one we had down here doing electricity? This was sandwiches. And this is electrified. We'll bring this up here as well. Sandwiches. That ultimately just has to come out of... So we get sausages, cheese. Yeah, it's just coming out of the docks. Bread, I guess, is made down this way. Just trying to, like, synergize these so that, you know, if it's made somewhere, if we have it nearby, then you do cut down on the warehouse loading and unloading. Because there's so many goods now, it really does matter, I feel like. Making that not be a bottleneck. Can't do it sideways. Okay, right, so sorry to be so flip-floppy with this, but we'll move this back out of here. Gonna get rid of the charcoal kilns. Want to clean up the terrain a bit. That's fine. This can go up here as well. Then we've got our clay pit. We have brick factories.
In one of your factories.
I'll get to that.
A fire broke out.
What does this one do? Weapons factory. That one's fine not being electrified. Need to kind of make a little area of, you know, a factory area that doesn't need electricity. It's like the stuff that the rates I'm happy with already. Riot chance is actually pretty high. You might have to put that back in. I'm just trying to think where things would fit nicely. Alright, the brick factories as well. Again, we could just use loading and unloading and maybe electrify those. We're going to be bringing in clay, because we're just always bottlenecks for bricks, right? So I want to kind of make more. Alright, let's try that then. Let's bring this across. This railway... Do we have much... We don't have that much steel, but I'm still going to do it. We're going to do this instead and just chop it down. So it runs parallel to the road.
The fire has been vanquished.
Let's go get our bricks, by the way. Oh, we've already brought them over. Whoops.
You can rely on us.
Alright, making another journey out there. Okay, so just a little bit of, you know, a little bit cleaner. It's not perfect just yet, but it will be. And squeeze these guys in together. Right, motor assembly line brass. Brass is there. This doesn't really have a use right now, although we can pop it up here because this is fed by a warehouse, so having a warehouse right next to it is good. There's one right there too. Great that. I'll have to fill these in with some ornaments as well to make it look a little bit nicer. Maybe even do this. And depending what's going to go there, have that way too. Okay, so the saxophones, they can move because ultimately I can't afford to keep them powered. Let's just check our power reach. Yeah, okay. So we'll stick these out here. Let me just get rid of that road for a second. I can make this a bit neater. Alright, so we're going to bring over the brick factories now. Might decide to move that railway in or out a bit so we have a bit more space to work with. Out would probably be better, actually. Because the brick factories could fit along here. Oh, they actually can. Nice. Cool. Alright, just for now, we'll just let that go straight across. Maybe to there, and just up. And then we can just get rid of this. So we've got lots of space now to work with on this side. Yeah, nice and clean. Took a little bit of messing around, sorry about that, but has to be done, I guess, and I'm not the quickest with it sometimes. Right, we can also clean this up now, so that doesn't need to go there, that doesn't need to go there, that can be fine. Separate all this crap. So a little bit more space to work with, and we can get another one of these. Alright, 3 brick factories, all churning. And we'll hopefully bring in clay once we unlock more... Well, actually, we could just build more of those things, can't we? The contracts, export offices. Exports office. Yeah. Alright, sweet. So yeah, what could we sell to bring in lots of clay? Maybe, I think we'd overproduce glass. Glass usually goes for a decent rate. Could sell some of the excess guns we have.
All we're asking for is protection.
Sorry for taking a while. I'm just trying to think what we definitely overproduce. I suppose we'll just have to look at the statistics screen to see what we overproduce the most. Affects the slaughterhouse. Productivity increase and you get extra tallow. Yeah, I'll take you on.
You've got our interests at heart.
Perhaps you don't realize what's at stake here.
So, we have a lot of bread, a lot of soap, a lot of beer. Well, not really. Beer is global. Tools, maybe. Because it's valuable. Tea actually looks pretty good. 4/2. Let's maybe do tea in exchange for clay. Because we don't have the engineers consuming it. They're just taking in their coffee now. So I have to look at how much we have. So we've basically got 2 tons per minute. So that's 40 that we can sell. So it's not much clay, but it's something. 316 extra clay every 20 minutes. So I've never actually done it in reverse, where you work out, so 316 divided by 20. So it's 15.8, so almost 16 tons per minute is what you can kind of think of as us getting. And then if we look at the demand on clay, it's 4. So we're adding 16 to this. That'd be the brilliant UI that they could do, is like the Docklands could just maybe... I'm playing Satisfactory at the moment, right? And they've just added something where it's a whole... I'm not even going to bore you to death by explaining it, but basically you can have certain thing in your inventory and it's colored like... If you're using it from your inventory, it's like green. And if you're using it from this cloud storage thing, it adds on an extra bar, but it's like color different. So it'd be really cool if Docklands had like a different color and it just extended out, like it extended within the bar here, not out here, but just in here. It's like, yeah, part of it's green because that's what you're locally producing, and part of it's blue because like, or purple, whatever, because that's what you're getting from Docklands. That'd be so nice, because then I'd be able to really gauge it without having to do a little bit of that calculator math on it. That no doubt I'm probably doing a little wrong anyway. But it's like, he comes in at a set rate. It's every 20 minutes, and then it's 20 minutes for him to arrive into the session. And then it's like a minute or two to get to the actual Docklands itself based on where you've put it. You can check that based on storage on the island. I think Captain Tobias, 20 minutes, 48 minutes ago. So that's 28 minutes in between. So really we should be looking at the times based on 28. Maybe I'll factor that in the future now. We'll just leave the rates as they are. Alright, so... what else? That's all well and good. That's been pushed aside. We could maybe clean up this line too, but I think we're okay. This ship arrived, so we can dump that in. Has our ship arrived in the New World? It looks like it has. So our construction material has arrived, and we can now pick up all the caoutchouc that's made here. And then hit play. So now we can make our first delivery of caoutchouc. We've got to put in our bicycle factory, but now we can actually do fuel.
Wise to take time to learn the new one.
And I think we can do these, right? It's 20 and 10. Ah, we're lacking 10. Okay, we're almost there. We just need a bit more steam motors to help us out with that. You can go back to the old world, please. Just check our... Yep, pirates are cool for a while. Nice. So now we are making... 4 tons per minute? I guess you have to wait for the oil to go into the things, actually. What's your problem? Missing oil.
For output.
Ah, you'll get that soon. Don't have to worry about it too much. We had the workforce for it. That's the important thing. I also noticed something over here. This has no way of reaching a warehouse. The way he says "come to watch" always sounds so weird. Come to watch. Like I'm a weirdo for doing that. There we go. Because this was never getting enough. That's balanced the chain now. It just couldn't get out. It was a mistake I left from before. But now we're making slightly more bombins, I think. Anyways.
It's only a half-life.
It's only a half-life. Penny farthings. 32 coins per household. We're almost there. We can pop it down now. Needs electricity, right? So... needs electricity. More importantly, needs a warehouse. Because it's going to be getting caoutchouc out of the ocean. From the ocean. So, blueprint there, and blueprint another one. Ah, we can't move that down. The rocks are in the way. To have your own warehouse is a luxury. Okay, cool. So there we go. 2 penny farthings buildings. We only probably need 1, though, for now. So we'll just pause this one. Keep it paused. And we'll just run this one for now. If we have a look at our steel production, we can see that we are slightly consuming more now. Well, we could increase it, because we do have a lot of iron and coal. In fact, that seems insane. 64 per minute, 80 per minute. That can't be right. There's something wrong there. There has to be something wrong there. Is there some sort of festival going on? What does this do? Productivity for all weapons chains is 300%. Well, there you go. So that's boosting our coal, because it's part of the weapons chain, right?
Look sharp, the governor's here.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. And then we're boosting it also, so we'll have to wait for that festival to be over.
Long as the blodge is more taut.
He urges me to increase my loading speed at Docklands. Okay. So each one of these, what does it do? 50%. Oh, I didn't know it was a percent. I thought it just shaved off time. So we're now at 4 tons per minute loading speed. With this pier as well. Is it anything within the radius? This is 2 tons. Yeah, okay. I guess so, yeah. I guess we don't really need a pier. We could just use more of these. Do they actually load and unload at these? No, they do use piers, don't they? Yeah, there's a custom Docklands version. Sorry, I'm just remembering these things in real time. 3 piers. Because that's not one there. We've got 3 available. Is it? It's slightly smaller than the one we have. And can we even build it? It needs bricks, which you don't have right now. Need those brick factories to get up to speed.
Ready the ropes?
I have to purchase so many bricks all the time. We do have a lot in the New World. I should have brought some back on that other ship, actually, thinking about it.
Coordinates plotted.
So, yeah, there's 400 here. It's kind of crazy. So this ship's not doing anything. Let's just bring a bunch back home. And then we can build that steam shipyard. Alright, it'll take a while to get there. But, you know, it'll pay off in the long run. Okay, so while we're here, let's do the liqueur. In fact, we'll just build it at home, and then we can have a look at the recipe a bit more in depth, and then maybe we'll move the building if we want to as well. There we are. So the only one we can build. So you need, well, we can just build it and have a look. Need bricks. Need 1 more brick, please. There we go. All right, let's check the catalog.
Always hard to pick up where you leave off.
So look here, these ones are locked. So we need either tourists to 1250, 15 skyscrapers for investors, or 1 artista for citrus. For cherries, we need 300 tourists. Cherries seems like it'd be really good because we can make it locally. Excuse me. And the herbs liqueur version is just artista. So artistas, even just having 1 artista will unlock these 2 recipes. We could just do that now, right?
with just a bit more heart.
Boom. Soccer balls, mezcal, perfume, beach, jalea, fans, and scooters. And then so many things. They need pianos, a music hall, banjos.
It's such a
The hell
pleasure
outta
to
here.
meet you at last. I've been waiting in the wings.
Introduce me to the novelties of the New World. I don't know what that means, but sure. The Age of Festivals. Festival. That's not quite it, right? It's Carnival. Alright, so now we've got herbs. So let's flip the pages. So we've got plantains, right? So that's an easy one. Plantains and sugar and schnapps. They always require schnapps, right? So the other one would be now citrus and sugar. Or herbs and sugar. So the interchangeable ingredient is the secondary one, right? So it's either herbs, jam, citrus from orchards, or plantains. I still think plantains is probably just really easy to do, so we could just do that. And then all we have to do is deliver a shipment of plantains back. Thinking about it though, you often have to bring citrus back anyway. Maybe that would be better. Build our first few orchards. Sure. Right, so we still need to get sugar manufacturing going though.
In my imagining,
So let's just stick it in there for a
I'm
moment.
missing particular.
Liqueur, since 1893, I think. Oh no, 1809. Wow. Bad eyesight, huh? So you have your schnapps, there's no problem there. Sugar and citrus. Alright, let's go to the New World. Let's sort it out. Citrus orchard. Just for now, we'll put them close by. Now, that's every 30 seconds. That's every minute.
A
So we
general
don't even
strike
need to.
is the people's greatest weapon.
He rejoices at the riots. Oh yeah, I meant to go check those things. Whoops. So 2 of these means we'd need 4 of those. I don't know if we'll need that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, hopefully that can handle that. The planting is in progress. I suppose we can plant that faster ourselves if we don't mind paying, right? Which we've got good money now, so let's do it. Tropical forest, palm trees, coconut, citrus grove. There we go. It'll take a while to grow fully, obviously, but all good. You can now add tractor barns to these as well. How interesting. Oh yeah, we need 10 steam motors. Forgot to bring that over. And probably a bit more steel for the rail line. Oh, so much to manage all the time. I was really hoping on seeing... So we've actually gone really far into this episode thinking about it. But penny farthings are being produced. That's what we'd like to see. Would be good to get some of the citrus going if we can. Or at least build this thing finally. We are making bricks faster though, you can see that. We've now got 64. Okay, we're close enough to building it. We're not quite there yet, but we're really close now. So I won't build anything else till we can get it.
Do not mind the odd jet of steam.
Do not mind the old jet of steam. Sugar and citrus. So citrus is sorted. We just need a ship to deliver it. And then sugar. So we'll do both on the same ship, I think would be good. Whatever. Okay, so sugar would be done, and I'm low on rum. That's something else I was supposed to do today, which is fix up the rum production. So rum is made over here. Ah, this is where the riots are happening. That's the only rubble building, actually. Okay, so this is our sugarcane.
Hold on, and after dusk.
All well and good. 128 modules on each. I suppose, just for now, we'll just build a couple extra ones before we get more steam motors and tractor barns headed over here. Alright, try and just make use of the space on the side here. Is that it? That's 128. Wow. Now, am I crazy in thinking that just required sugarcane to make rum with wood? To make sugar, you just need sugarcane, right? I think that would make sense. Oh, heaven save me. I can't remember where anything is in this game. It's so difficult. I'm playing Satisfactory, and there's so many items and objects to think about. Now I'm looking for sugar. So where would the sugar chain be? What else is it used for? Well, here we could just look at it right there. Sugar refinery. So it does consume just one sugar cane, okay? Ah, it's for chocolate. I remember now. Okay, yeah, it's for chocolate. So that artista is blocking my UI. 30 and 30, so one for each. Like, that's probably fine for now. And we have the... No, we don't have the workforce for it, actually. These requires obreros. We could make a few over here, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna need an overhaul of ships. I'm just waiting on getting cargo ships. Maybe I should just use normal ones first. Get the routes established and then replace the ships. Probably be the smarter thing to do. Man, this is like paradise for me. Alright, that's sugar done. So we need to add a new ship route, trade route to Nova Roma, New World, to this island, really. Well, really, it's both. You can pick up the sugarcane there, or just the sugar, and pick up the citrus here, and then bring it back. Alright, so at Valyria, the sugar, it's going to be this one, and then a Tarico, citrus. Unload that at Nova Roma, and then the schnapps is there already, and they'll be making liqueur. New World to Old World, whatever. Cool. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Just giving a little bit of time now. Oh yeah, we can build docklands in the New World. Oh my god, there's so much more to do. There's so much to do. I just can't, it's so overwhelming. In a good way. It's like, every time I build a few things, I'm just like, oh wait, but we could have done this. I just keep like resetting my internal progress. Although we are making progress, these guys have everything. We're after delivering penny farthings. It's just the entire episode, all we've done is just that. So I'm like, damn. And I'd really like to see this arrive, just so we can see the monetary gain from getting it. But yeah, soon, I feel like we're getting a little low on both the artisan workforce now and the workers. So now we want to start building tall and adding more of these guys, just generally. So yeah, we have to just upgrade these workers, move them over there, turn them into the terraced versions. Can actually, oh no, I said I wouldn't spend bricks. We gotta wait. You almost got me. Alright, I'm just gonna speed up time then, because I want to make stuff happen. So let's get these guys to move out to Archibald.
Moving to coordinates.
Oh, there's cargo ships now.
Jewel in the crown.
It's cool to see. I think we did see battleships from Alonso a while ago, so it's not that unusual to see this stuff. So yeah, 100 bricks, we have everything else. 200 engineer workforce, that's totally fine while we're building ships. We also have, I didn't want to send more steam motors over just yet. We've got 67, which is a good amount, but we want some reserve for actually building ships and delivering in more oil. The extra oil is going to go into new power plants, and then probably in the next episode we'll do our reconfiguration of this place now. Because I think we're pretty much ready. Yeah, I'll put in the new artisans. We'll do that in the time-lapse. So I can guarantee the next episode, time-lapse, artisans are going to go in there. I do need to wait for bricks a little bit, but maybe we could just do that during the time-lapse. So we can feel like we're making a bit more progress a bit more quickly. Alright, we're almost there with the bricks. Just waiting on that. And then we could track our new ships that we've just done, so... my Siri thinks I'm talking to it. Don't know why. I guess I'll have to just wait in the New World for these ships to do their thing. But yeah, we're making 17 sugar. That's good. And we've got 30 citrus. Love it. And our new little building is down here, just waiting. Waiting on the delivery. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I just upgraded it. Ah! It's just habit. What was that? That wasn't 75, but it was... 30? Oh my god. Well, we've got another batch over here now. So this is definitely it. And that ship should be arriving soon if it hasn't already. The one with all the bricks on it. Yeah, I don't see it yet. It's not here. Oh, there it is, though. That's it. It's just coming into the session.
Your people are starting to
Yeah,
get
so
sick.
thinking about that coming over, that means actually then I will be able to do the time
Just
lapse
say the
properly,
word.
thankfully. Alright, cool. We've dropped it off, finally. So, steam shipyard built. Powered with steam. Excellent. Oil tanker or cargo ship first? I don't know. Probably the oil, so we can get the new things built. It actually doesn't have electricity yet. Now it does. So how long does that take? 9 minutes. We don't have to wait for that. That'll be in the next episode, I guess. Our first ship's rolling out. And I'm really now just going to speed up time so we can wait for our sugar to arrive. Where is this one, though? It's the Mosquito. So it's just about to enter into the view now. We could make a manual delivery, I guess. You know what, guys? I'm actually, unfortunately, going to have to leave it. It's either that or skipping ahead massively with speeding up time, but we're wasting time that way. There's other things that we could be doing with that time. So we'll just have to leave it. I wanted to get LIQUER, just 2 things done to see the money kind of jump up a bit, but at least it's there. It's, you know, we're just waiting on transit now, basically. We have to deliver more steam motors over here to get this barn fully done, but that's penny farthings out of the way now for a while. And I guess it's our first version of LIQUER, 45 per household, so it's going to be good money. Alright, well that'll have to be it for this episode. Feels like I didn't get much done. I'm so self-critical, I guess, but at least a few things have been set up. We've had a look at that new mod as well, and I'll start thinking about redoing this place. Now with the downtown mod, we'll pop in some of these cool little... Maybe I'll even use the bank. I like the big bank. It's really cool, so we'll definitely have that as a centerpiece. But maybe on the far extremities where we're not quite reaching certain things, smaller bank would be good to just squeeze in there amongst some of these houses, as well as some of these other taller buildings. It's going to be really nice doing that, actually. I think it's a really cool idea. Alright, it's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.